It is estimated that over 275 million people suffer from anxiety disorder worldwide. If you're one of them, this video is for you. Welcome back to another video. My name is Nick Levin, and I'm here to help you self-actualize your journey through consciousness. In today's video, I'll be discussing different types of anxiety, as well as leaving you with a couple tips on dealing with it. So if you or a loved one has ever dealt with anxiety, please smash the like button and share this video with your friends so we can spread the word, because everyone deserves to live happy and without anxiety. So with that being said, let's get into just the tips. The first one is something that really helped me out a lot, and that is to stop time traveling. The reason this is so important is because anxiety is a future-oriented state of mind. So instead of worrying about what could happen or even what's going to happen, instead try reeling yourself back into the present and ask yourself, what's going on right now? Am I okay? And is there anything I need to do right now? And a lot of the times, I guarantee you'll figure that yes, you are okay. And if you do need to do something right now, doing this will help you focus on that so that you can get that done, which in turn will make you feel a lot better. And if there's not something you need to do right now, then just take the time to relax. You definitely earned it. The second thing is just to talk yourself through it. I know that anxiety can range from just intense worrying that you can't control all the way to severe panic attacks, which if you've never had a panic attack, consider yourself very lucky. It's horrible. The last time I had a panic attack, I was balled up on the floor, heart was pounding out of my chest, my lungs had shrunk to the size of raisins and I couldn't breathe. Sweat was dripping out of every pore and my eyes went all blurry, like I was wearing those drunk goggles that they make you wear in middle school. Any of you remember those? I felt like I was dying. But try, if you can, to just talk yourself through it. Tell yourself, just think, I'm having a panic attack, this is temporary, it sucks right now, but I'm not dying, and there's nothing I need to do. And also keep in mind that it's actually the exact opposite of dying. Because what a panic attack is your body having its natural fight or flight response, which is literally the system that keeps you alive. For me, that panic attack came because I just got some horrible, horrible news, and I had nothing that I could do. I was right in the middle of packing to go on a trip to Colorado to see my grandma, when I had gotten the call that she had passed, and my body instantly shut down. I dropped to the floor, and it was terrible. I had all the emotions of grief all at once: sadness, anger, and it was horrible. But most people with anxiety tended to focus on the worst case scenarios that haven't happened yet. So if you find yourself doing this, what you can do is just rethink. Just be realistic. Say you have a presentation coming up at work or school. Instead of thinking to yourself that you're gonna bomb or you're gonna choke up there, or hearing Carrie's mom in the back of your mind saying, they're all gonna laugh at you. Instead, try thinking, I'm nervous, but I am prepared. I know exactly what I'm gonna say, and it's gonna go great. Plus, keep in mind that even if you do forget to say a couple things, no one's gonna notice. Let me let you in on a little secret. Everyone else is just as nervous as you, and only thinking of themselves. So some things may go well, some things may not. But reminding yourself of that and training your brain to rethink through helps you get rid of those anxious thoughts. The next thing to do is simply just take a deep breath. As cliche as it sounds, deep breathing can really help calm you down. And I'm sure you've heard of different breathing techniques, but you don't really need to worry about counting a certain number of breaths. Instead, just simply focus on inhaling and exhaling. It can help if you'd like to think the words inhale and exhale as you do, or to close your eyes and imagine a circle expanding and contracting. Or you can count to 5 on each. It really doesn't matter what you do. The goal here is just to simply take even breaths and focus more on switching from short, shallow breaths to long, deep breaths that can drop you back into the body. This next method is something that I haven't done personally, but I've heard a lot of great things about. It's the 3-3-3 method. And if any of you like angel numbers, you'll definitely love this. And what it is, essentially, you look around you and point out 3 things that you see. So, for example, a fire pit, old whiskey barrels, and a cat scratcher. Next, you name 3 things that you hear. So for me, I hear a lot of different birds. My heater running in the background that I hope you guys can't hear on camera, and cars running in the distance. The next thing, finally, you just move 3 parts of your body. So your wrist, your fingers, shoulder, your head. Again, it doesn't really matter what you move. The point is to simply just drop back into the body. And speaking of dropping back into the body, just the simple act of repositioning your body can have huge impacts on your physiology, as well as your mental and physical, as well as your mental and emotional states. So when you're anxious, you instinctually protect your upper body, where your heart and your lungs are, by hunching over. So to counteract that, you just put your chest up, shoulders back, stand up straight, head up. As stupid as it may sound or even look, you can do the Superman pose just for a couple seconds, which actually tends to rewire your physiology, because whatever the body and the mind are very closely linked. So whatever one does, the other follows. So just the simple act of forcing yourself to smile, making a funny face as you do it, can make you smile naturally and put you in a better mood. This next one is something that I struggle with a lot. And that is simply because I have such a sweet tooth as it is. I know that when I'm stressed or anxious, it can be very tempting to reach for something sugary sweet. But studies have shown that chocolate bar, or in my case, whole tub of mint chocolate chip ice cream, can do a lot more harm than good. As research has shown that sugary foods can actually worsen your anxious feelings, which just sounds like a terrible cycle of anxiety that you do not want to fall into. So instead of reaching into the candy bowl, try instead to drink a glass of water, or even eat some protein, which can have a slow energy source that your body can use to refuel itself. But this next one I also struggle with a lot, and that's because just my whole life I've always thought or felt like it was easier to bottle up my emotions rather than talk to someone who simply doesn't care or want to listen to them. But talking to someone, talking on the phone or texting a friend or family member can be very, very beneficial, because saying it out loud gives you a whole different perspective. And it may help to tell them ahead of time that you just want to talk. You don't want any advice or help. You just want a pair of ears to listen so that you can say it out loud. But if you're as stubborn as I am, then it may be more beneficial to write out your fears or worries on a piece of paper. Just the simple physiology of transferring from brain to paper can help you let go of a lot. Plus, I know for myself and a lot of people out there, we tend to see a lot easier when other people are being irrational or unrealistic. But it's a lot harder for ourselves to see that in ourselves. So just reading it gives you a whole different perspective, as if you're reading someone else's idea. And for an added benefit, you can even burn the piece of paper to symbolize letting it go. And as you see the words disappear, go in the flames, imagine your fears and worries also disappearing. And the last thing to do is just something. Literally just do something. Getting out of your head and reading a book, or picking up an instrument and playing, or drawing, something like that. And it may be even more beneficial to actually do something physical. So go on a hike, or walk around your neighborhood if you live in a neighborhood. Go to the gym. Play with your pets. Playing with pets can have many, many benefits, because you're actually interacting with a living being. You're loving on a living being. And it can be fun, it can be beneficial mentally, physically, emotionally. Just do something to get out of your own head and into the present moment. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as I said before, if you know anyone who struggles with anxiety and may benefit from these tips, please share this video with them. That way we can decrease the amount of people who suffer from this disorder every single day. And until next time,